Hi there, keen traders. It was an interesting day with slow markets. We managed to pull out 58 pips from the markets, but we've had some developments that could produce a little bit of follow through after the FOMC, or maybe even before that. I would expect with the FOMC meeting that's going to be, I guess they normally finish up around 2 o'clock Eastern time, that we will probably see a non-event. I mean, nobody's expecting any sort of tapering or anything like that. The only thing you could receive is a little bit more clarity on what exactly they're looking for. So we could see, I mean, most people would expect there to be dollar weakness into that, but that could be already, I mean, I would assume that that move has already been worked into the cards, so maybe we will see a little bit of pushback, and I'll tell you why I'm saying this, because we're going to look at a few of the charts right now. My headphone set's not working right now, so I'm using the internal mic on the computer if it's a little blurry to anyone. Let's go through and just look at the majors, and this, I'll tell you, to show you exactly what I'm looking at. The Euro USD, you can see that this pair has been sitting in this basically stalemate range for the last week or so, and you can see that today the pair tried to make a bit of a move, and right now, right here, it's right at the bottom of this last 5 days range at the 137.41 level, and there's a chance that most likely the pair will level off here and stay at this level. But until the pair breaks below this 137.10, like I said, it still favors a push higher. But I'm just pointing out right now that it's sitting right at the bottom of the range, and so people are getting rid of some of their positions ahead of maybe the FOMC. And it could just be profiting taking, but we'll have to see, because it's a theme that runs throughout the pairs. The Great Britain USD, you can see that this pair, this pair has broken below this ascending trend line that has capped the price action in the pair since for like the last 4 months. So what we're going to see here is if the pair breaks. If the pair holds on a daily close below this, that we could definitely see a continued push lower to 158.75 in the short term. And if we break this down to a 4-hour chart, we can see that, bam, we had a confirmed 4-hour close, and then a perfect test up to the top of that, and then a pushback lower. I used to trade these kind of setups all the time, and that one was textbook. Right up to the top of the range, you go short right around 161, 50 pips right there, and then you can sit at the break even, and you can make it run for an even larger move. You'd be looking for a move. You'd be looking for a move all the way back towards at least the 158.75 in this trade. But there's a lot of risk involved in this right now. I mean, there's a very good chance that we can get another upward candle that's going to go right up to the 161.10 level in the short term. But it was a perfect setup, and we do have a trend line break. Now we're going to have to see if we get a close below that, because you can see we've had other times. Like you can see we broke the trend line, closed right there, shot right back up. We'll see if we get any momentum higher, or if we get some follow through in this pair with this pair right now. And another pair confirming the same exact theme is the Aussie, breaking it below. We've talked about this a million times. This fib levels from this move all the way back down lower, and the Aussie is breaking below once again out of the fib range, the 95.09 level. If we get a close below that level, that could confirm a breakdown back down lower in this pair. And if that was the case, I'd run probably a fib from the very bottom of this move all the way up to the top. And we could see a push all the way to the a push all the way to that 93 level. In the shorter term, if we get a confirmed close on that. So there could be end month flows, and it could illustrate the fact that people are liquidating some of their dollar short trades. And we look at the New Zealand USD, you can see that this pair is basically sitting right at the bottom of that range, but once again it's at the bottom of the range. Now this doesn't mean that all these pairs could quickly reverse on the FOMC move and we can see a pushback up higher. We're going to have to see, and I'm betting we could probably get some price action maybe in Asia where you at least expect it tonight. The USD JPY, same thing, sitting on this trend line. It's bouncing though, finally. This thing was trading in slow motion. It's bouncing, and finally, and we can see that the pair has a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a cushion, but I'd like to see a break, like I've said before, of this 98.90 level, and that would confirm that maybe we can get something up to the top side. This pair, and with most of the pairs, the ranges, the average true ranges has compressed to incredibly low levels. I think they right now in the euro it's about 70 pips. In the pound, in the JPY, I think it might be down to 60 pips. Where just a few months ago we were trading at least 120 in the yen every day, and in the yen crosses we were getting up to close to 200. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for the compression of the ranges, and I would expect a breakout because I can't see that going on for eternity. Because there's basically just the trades have to be made, and people are just waiting for a little bit of confirmation on and looking for a trend, because that's how the big traders are going to trade these markets. They're not jumping in and out on a daily basis. They're looking for a trend, my friend, and then just looking for pullbacks. Like for example, we can do this as a perfect example. The Great Britain odds. Recent move lower. The traders could have jumped in here, rode the pair back down lower, first day, move their stop to right at the top of this range right here, and then you could go push down on any pullback to the 50 fib and re-enter the trade. And then you can re-enter the trade here. You can see you get the 50 fib, doesn't get your stops, and it goes back down. Then you can move your stop to that level, and you can see it's just a continuous, and you're continually moving the last pairs to break even when you get past the initial move. So you can see you can be entering once, twice, 3, 4, and then most of your trades, and you get the break even level, and then maybe even close it out when you get down to this 168.90. And that's how most of the bigger institutional traders are going to be trading this. But let's take a look anyways. The Great Britain odds sitting right at that 168.90. The yen still at that 131. Euro JPY sitting right at that 135 level. And if we take a look at the trades today, the ranges were so low, that's what kept me out of the Euro JPY. It would have been a bad trade anyways, because the pair shot up and we wouldn't have the chance to make much of the risk reward wasn't there, but the ranges are definitely going to be higher today. And the Great Britain JPY, same thing. If we look at the trade that I did jump in today, the Great Britain odd, you can see this was pretty textbook. Actually, Great Britain Zealand's trade, you can see it was pretty much textbook. I set the range actually not until not at the low of the 1600, and just because everything had been so tight, I was looking for a quicker entry. I switched it to the day to the fib level, just the intraday range, and look, it went down and tested that. Pop, shot right back higher, closed that out for 58 pips. It only took a smaller trade because of the lower ranges. So tomorrow should be interesting. We're going to definitely keep a look on all those pairs: the Great Britain, the odds, and the euro, the weekly at least lows, and the yen and the JPY trying to push higher. And we're going to see what we can get going in these trades in the near term. And we probably will have a little bit more activity a little bit later in the day after the FOMC meeting tomorrow, but I will definitely still be looking for trades overnight. Everybody, I'll post everything online. Have a great night, and hope everybody's okay after all the storms that were shooting across the UK and I guess France and Ireland. Everybody, good night.